Hey everyone, so today I want to talk about the Deadman mode tournament as it is now finally over. And I'm kind of a new player to RuneScape, so I want to talk about it as a perspective as someone just kind of joining the game. Because again, I've probably only actively played RuneScape, well, OSRS, for about a month or so now. And Deadman mode, the tournament seems kind of weird. Like, let's just get into it. So, as a thing, it sounds like a generally cool idea, pretty fun thing, right? Yeah, you have a pro-ish tournament for RuneScape, 2,000 players, nice. It's just like a lot of their execution for it seems very poorly done, like incredibly poorly done. Like first off, the one that I think everyone is ever always complaining about is the DDoSing that happens. They really need to do something to at least try to prevent DDoS issues, because if you have big clans that are constantly DDoSing to kill people and get better loot, doesn't that just kind of defeat the entire purpose of the tournament? Like, it kind of ruins the whole aspect of an actual tournament. Like, you don't see League of Legends tournaments getting DDoSed by people on the other team and then getting killed. That's just fucking ridiculous. But I guess you have to at least acknowledge that this is a tournament run by Jagex, a lot lower stakes. There's a lot less money that goes into it, and I guess they probably just put a lot of less effort into it, as it's kind of apparent with some of the weird rules that you see come up. Like, for example, I think it's incredibly strange that in a tournament like this, they actively allow people to trade other people and to just boost one guy in a clan. Like, doesn't that kind of defeat the point of a whole tournament? Like, people just get together in their clans to gain 1 to 5 people. They get them all the loot that they can, they get them as skilled as possible just for the finals. Like, it doesn't really seem like a good tournament idea. It seems like it defeats the purpose of a tournament, right? I don't know. I definitely want to know what everyone else's opinion on this is, like the tournament as a whole in every little aspect that you can think of, because sadly, I'm mostly at work, so I can't really keep up to date with everything that happens in the tournament. I just kind of watch it once in a while at work while I'm eating lunch and whatever. But why the hell would you actively allow trading in a tournament like this and people that can just feed people more items? I don't know, it's baffling to me. I don't understand why that's a thing. I feel like tournaments at this point, for RuneScape at least, should be just Iron Man type tournaments, no trading, you have to do everything yourself. I could, I guess, see it acceptable if people team up to do like raids and stuff, but even then, I don't feel like a RuneScape based tournament like this, where there's very little regulation, should allow crap like that. I don't know, it's just how I feel on this. Like, the Deadman mode tournament, it should just not be team based at all. It just gets really jank. But I guess in a game like RuneScape, no matter what, they would find a way to make it team-based. So it gets really weird and meta, but yeah. I don't know, that's just one of those things that makes this, like, it makes tournaments like these seem not really all that professional, more like amateurish. It's like a week-long tournament, 2,000 players. Oh, by the way, we allow trading, you can team up with people. Oh yeah, oh, your team has like 100 people in this tournament? Well, you guys are gonna have a great head start, and yeah. It just kind of makes it seem like, okay, streamers will have a lot of luck, people in big clans will have a lot of luck. If you're an individual player, go fuck yourself. You're generally not going to do much. You're pretty worthless because you don't have anyone backing you. And I hate that so much. It's just infuriating to me that this tournament's really less about how skilled you are at some points and based around who you know, how many people you're with, what group you have. I don't know, I hate it so much. Another thing is, goddamn, how they ban people constantly and for the dumbest reasons. Like what? They banned one person on his account for, what was it, like boxing or cheating or something. And this guy was a streamer. I don't know his name and I'm not going to bring it up because I don't really care. And then he just went on his secondary account, even though in the rules it said that you're banned as a player, not as an account. And Jagex just lets that slip, because they're like, yeah, whatever. Like, what the fuck kind of moderation is that? It's such a joke. You allow a player that gets banned on account to play on another account that got in the tournament? What are you, fucking amateurs? What kind of joke of a tournament allows that? Like, there should be no discussion about that. That should just be straight up not okay, and he should be banned on all of his accounts. But I guess Jagex, being, you know, a smaller company, they just care less. Like, these tournaments are kind of a joke. And then they ban people for boxing their friends so that they can get out of combat, which is weird. It's understandable, but it's just, that's such a weird rule to have. I don't know, it's just all the weird rules that Jagex throws in place for this tournament specifically, and the fact that the tournaments are so abusable that it just, I don't know, I think it defeats the purpose of the tournament. I wish I could keep up to date on everything that happened in this tournament better, because it looks like a lot of BS happened, and a lot of really janky moderation and rules were just thrown down. Because I know in that one fight in the final, a guy had like a beginner's box or something, which would contain food. And as the shoutcasters were shoutcasting, they were like, oh yeah, waste of an inventory slot. We made it so that you can't open those beginner boxes. And then he opens the beginner box and starts eating the food out of it. Like, come on, dude. Come on. What kind of rules are set in place at this tournament where they're like, yeah, we disabled the box. Oh wait, oh god, we didn't disable the box. That guy ended up losing anyways, so it didn't actually make a big difference. But, I don't know. It just seems like these types of tournaments that are currently ran by Jagex, they're poorly moderated, the rules are poorly laid out, and they don't actually stick to the rules when they do. Like, when they ban someone, they ban them on an account. Oh, but there's only one account. That's probably the most infuriating thing about the entire tournament, that a guy that is a streamer got banned on one account, but then just went on another account to play, and even though that's against the rules technically, Jagex just let it slide. They even joke about it. I don't know. In total, I think that the tournament's definitely interesting and fun to watch, but it's not a serious tournament. Like, they had a $32,000 prize pool, which is, yeah, that's obviously that low-level prize pools, but it's definitely pretty decent, right? I wouldn't complain if I got first place, and I think the first place prize was $10,000. Like, I wouldn't complain, but there's by no means like a big tournament, and it brings a lot of attention to RuneScape, which is definitely good. But they just need to make the tournament like a lot better. They need to actually enforce the rules. They need to lay them out, I guess, a lot clearer. And they need to make the Deadman mode server specific. They need to change the rules specific to that server to at least make it so that easily bannable and abusable offenses are just taken out of the game. But I guess that would probably create too much work for Jagex, so they just manually moderate everything instead and ban people who they see have possibly abused the rules. I don't know. So, in total, it's a pretty cool tournament, and I guess it's a good idea, but they really need to get on making it more professional and less amateur. Because honestly, this looks like a tournament that a team of like 5 people could get done pretty simply. Like, we have a new server for Deadman mode. It gets DDoSed all the time, people ruin the game, people playing on the DMM tournament ruins the servers for everyone else, and sometimes they just get DC'd, woo. Yeah. But yeah, fun to watch, and I'd probably recommend watching it for other people. It gets good insight on the game and how it works, but Jagex, please, for the love of God, just fix it, man. Just fix it. Like, even a little bit would be nice. Just fix it, guys. I believe in you, and I want to believe in you, but please, don't show any sort of bias to players. Don't joke about when you abuse and don't moderate your own goddamn rules properly. Because I can't get past enough how that shit happens. It's like, we banned a player on an account, but we didn't ban the player, even though we're supposed to ban the player. Yeah. I don't know, I just feel bad for any type of solo player that's in these tournaments, because, you know, if you're a solo player, you're pretty much, you know you're not going to win. You know that the only chance you get at winning money is lucking out, and that's honestly depressing. That's just sad to think of. In this low-level tournament with almost no good rules, it's all luck-based. But yeah, I want to know everyone else's opinion on this tournament, as my insight on it is sadly lacking. I could only pay so much attention. I looked at the subreddit a lot when they talked about it, and I watched some streams when I had the free time, but that's about it. So yeah, if you guys have any comments on how the tournament was ran, how my opinion on the tournament is, feel free to throw them in the comments, because I'm definitely curious, as this is my first little Deadman mode tournament, and it just seems so amateurish to me. But I don't know, maybe it's because I'm used to watching normal like league tournaments and higher quality tournaments, and even CSGO tournaments are better than this, ran by like amateur organizations. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, throw your comments down below. And this was just my small little video on how that went, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.